Absolutely not. That's the old Floyd Patterson leap punch. You see, Brown is moving his head and everything, looking for an opening. But while he's doing that, he can at least stick that left jab out. See, every punch is the home run ball. Hook, right hand. Hook, right hand. You know, they say if you can't hit a guy with a jab, you're not going to hit him with anything. And he's not even throwing the jab.
Brown just sneaks in a little bit of a jab there. Sclarandi with a right hand. Got over the left glove of Brown's. All of a sudden, Glenwood slowed down even more. Brown hasn't thrown a punch in 30 seconds.
For the head. Every single punch.
Trying to land that ferocious left hook, and again, just a little bit off the mark. I don't know what happened with Glenwood the last minute of that round, but he threw very few punches.
You know, here's the case, Bruce. If I was working with Glenwood Brown, in my opinion, Brown has won every round. But when he sat down between rounds now, he'd hear it from me. He's completely lost his composure. He's not relaxed. He's not loose. He's not looking to set anything up. And I imagine Victor Valley's telling him something like that right now. I see Victor bending over and throw that left hook to the body.
Position of the man, what position is? He's ropes him, so that he's falling over. Bring some water. Foul.
The one thing I heard there was watch the position of the opposing fighter.
No time, Tony.
Glenwood Brown has this fight very much going his way. Let's see if he picks up on his efficiency and his style. Headed to the 5th round. The real beast, Glenwood Brown, 29-1, ranked number 4 by the 3 major sanctioning bodies against Daniel Sclarandi in the red trunks. 15-1-3, low loss to Chris Pyatt. Out of Argentina, now in Jersey City, New Jersey.
That sneaky left hook, Bruce, that I was talking about. That's the one shot that Sclarandi has, is to nail him with that left hook.
Short right uppercut by Brown.
At least Brown attempted to throw a body punch that time.
Sclarandi landing a right. We're in round 5 of this scheduled 10-round welterweight bout between Glenwood the Real Beast Brown and Daniel Sclarandi. I'm Bruce Beck along with Gil Clancy, just off of Anawanna Lake at Cutcher's Country Club in Monticello, New York. Beast gets a right hand through the left glove. Now Brown doubles up with the left hand. In the first round, we saw Brown load up on everything, and now we see him trying to pick his spots a lot more, almost not following through.
Yes, even the right hand looked like a jab. He just moved his arm out. Another right hand by Sclarandi. but they're few and far between.
Might have been his best punch of the night.
See, that's almost the jab, that right hand that Brown was throwing that time. And again, Sclarandi proved his elusiveness. Gets out of that corner quickly.
Final seconds of the 5th round. And Sclarandi putting together a combination. We'll be back. Glenwood, the real beast Brown, believes he's close to a title shot. But tonight has not looked very impressive, though he has dominated the fight over Daniel Sclarandi. And now he's switching to southpaw again. Now back to orthodox. Gil, I've heard you talk so often about a fighter having the lead hand, the left hand, the jab, if you're an orthodox fighter, in front of the right hand. And so often, is it opposite with Brown as he knocks Sclarandi down? Sclarandi complaining that Brown stepped on his foot. He is very upset about it. But it is a knockdown, the first of the fight.
Well, let's see if this wakes Brown up. But you see what happens? Brown's left shoulder is behind his right shoulder, Bruce. Gotta have that left shoulder in front of you, not behind you. Now it's in front of him. See, now he pulls it back behind him. But again, every punch for the head. Every punch.
Brown going after Sclarandi now, putting together some combinations. Big left hand by Brown. Sclarandi ducking and moving.
You know, we're talking about that Glenwood Brown has not looked impressive, Bruce, but it's tough to look impressive against a guy who's not trying to win, who's just trying to stay, and is a very clever guy. And that's what Sclarandi is. But you see, Brown has lost his head, throwing every punch again, repeating myself, everything to the head. You take this guy inside and work him, make him work inside a little bit.
Doing a lot of bobbing and weaving. Landing the right hand, short uppercut. Brown's missed a lot of that. The first punch, the big takeout punch he's shooting for. Finishes the 6th round with a flourish. So the first knockdown of the fight came in the 6th round as we look at the corner of Daniel Sclarandi.
Atenção, viste que agora que eles querem le noquear, porque tem que estar atento a esto, compreende que digo? Tem que estar atento a esto, que ahora que dorme en el ring, no puede.
Gil, a look at the knockdown.
Well, Sclarandi claimed that he stepped on his foot, but even if he did, he nailed him with a good solid left hook. Let's take another look.
Doesn't look like he's on his foot, Gil.
Doesn't look that way to me either. It looked to me like a good solid left hook high on the head.
Getting back to the question I was trying to ask you before Glenwood knocked him down, the positioning of his left hand.
Well, he pulls it back behind his right hand and he pulls his shoulder back, which takes him out of position completely.
7th round scheduled for 10. Glenwood Brown trying to take out Daniel Sclarandi. Again, Brown trying to pick his spots here. Sure, Sclarandi's going to be tough defensively if he's not spending any time on offense.
Well, again, Bruce, when a guy's just trying to stay, and he is clever, very, very tough to look good. He got nailed with a good left hook then, though, Sclarandi did.
Big left hook by Brown. Quick shuffle to southpaw, back to orthodox.
The only thing you can say, the only benefit that Brown is getting out of this fight, in my opinion, is 10 more rounds under his belt. Experience always helps you.
And he's got plenty of belts, 4 to be exact, but not one that he really cherishes. Combination by Glenwood Brown. Sclarandi moving off the last punch.
When Sclarandi tries to punch, he's trying to punch and get out of the way at the same time, and you can't do that.
Missing. It's out of 40 seconds in the 7th round. Still ahead, Alex Stewart.
You know, perhaps what Brown should do is move into a corner and let Sclarandi come to him and try to counter punch. Let Sclarandi throw the first punch.
Good body blow landed by Brown. 7th round drawing to a close.
HSE explodes into July with a star-studded lineup of summer sports. Ken Caminetti and the Houston Astros challenge the Phillies, Mets, and Expos, while Rafael Palmeiro and the Rangers take on the Orioles, Red Sox, Tigers, and Yankees. Golf tees off in Kitchener, Canada with the LPGA du Maurier Classic. And the European PGA heads to Glen Eagle, Scotland for the Bell Scottish Open. July continues with the excitement of professional water skiing and pro beach volleyball. Tennis takes to the court with the Hall of Fame from Newport, Rhode Island, the Sovereign DC National Bank Tournament, and Domino's Team Tennis. Also coming up in July, Whataburger High School All-Star Football and Basketball Games, the AAA Baseball All-Star Game, and Arena Football. Catch an explosion of summer sports in July on Home Sports Entertainment, the best team on TV, an affiliate of Prime Network.
8th round of a 10-round bout. Been one-sided since the beginning. Glenwood, the real beast, Brown in the black trunks, has handled Daniel Sclarandi in the red trunks. Sclarandi has thrown a few punches, but I don't think Brown has accomplished anything near which he wanted to.
You know what's the difficult, Bruce? The fact that Brown, in my opinion, has won every round, and yet you have to be critical of his performance. I mean, when you're up on top, the way Brown is ranked in the top 10 in the world, every time you're out there, you're being judged by your peers, everybody. People that buy fights, and he certainly has not enhanced himself by this performance. Again, there are extenuating circumstances. He's in with a guy that's not trying to win, trying to stay, but there are things that he could be doing in this fight. Number one is punch to the body, which he has not done the entire fight. Number two, take the guy inside, fight inside. He hasn't done that the entire fight.
Aren't his punches less less effective because he is trying to throw that hook from miles away instead of right on the guy.
Well, when you try to nail the guy with the one big punch and he's a good solid pro, the guy's always going to be sliding with it. Now Sclarandi's landing a couple of punches, but he's not. When he throws a punch and he nails it, if he nails Brown, he's afraid that Brown's going to get mad and he backs away anyhow. If he's trying to win, when he nails Brown, he should go right after him and throw some punches.
And you can sense the crowd almost trying to root for Sclarandi and root for a little bit more of a fight. You can't blame him.
Now watch, Sclarandi's in the corner. Watch how easily he'll get out of that corner as he's done all night. Brown's just not aggressive. Look at this. Now look at, there he's off the ropes again. You know, Bruce, the ring is square. It's not round. So Brown should be cutting off the ring. Put him in the corner. Put him against the ropes. Look. Wide punches, and Sclarandi just blocks them.
And put together punches and bunches rather than just one.
That's right. You don't have to nail a guy and knock him into the balcony with every punch.
Seconds left in the 8th. This one's scheduled for 10. Big right hand from Sclarandi.
But you notice, Bruce, he didn't try to follow it up. The way he's fighting, he's apologizing after he hits Brown.
And he gives Brown a chance to get mad. Seconds of round number 8. We'll return to Kutcher. Stay with us.
Let's take a look at this. That big right hand to Sclarandi. But then look what he does. Look what he does. He gets his guard up and steps back. You're trying to win a fight. You nail the guy, you go after him.
9th round. Scheduled for 10. The trend continues. With Brown pursuing and looking for the one big punch. Sclarandi showed us 2 attributes tonight, Gil. A good chin and an ability to move. Footwork off the ropes.
Well, I don't think that Glenwood has hit him with too many real solid punches, Bruce. So I really don't know how good his chin is. I'd like to find out how good his body is, though.
He's eating a lot of leather, though, Gil. Again, Brown going 20, 25 seconds without throwing a punch.
And then when he does, it's the one big bomb again.
A left hook, but Sclarandi was moving backwards. Thus
blocked the punch, Bruce. He had that right hand up in time, just in time.
Sclarandi's got a decent right hand. He should throw it more.
Yeah, but Bruce, again, when he throws it, I think it frightens him when it lands. Now we should do a 1-2. Now step in and throw another one. You can't think that he's winning the fight by any stretch of the imagination.
Sclarandi from Argentina. Won lots of amateur titles. 15-1-3 as a pro. Only loss was just 2 months ago to Chris Pyatt. And he was knocked out. So where was his chin in the second round that day in London? Brown bangs it to the body. That was a slip. Definitely a slip. Sclarandi tried to get off the ropes. There's a lot of perspiration on the ring apron. And it is no knockdown. And quickly indicated by referee Jim Santa. Body blows by Brown. Still 1 round to go. final round. And I think there are some here that are pleased that we have. Glenwood, the Real Beast Brown, and Daniel Sclarandi.
And Sclarandi was very slow getting off the stool, Bruce. The referee had to call him.
Early on, I didn't know if Sclarandi wanted to continue.
And Bruce, Sclarandi has some Vaseline over his left eye. It must be to close a cut, but I haven't seen any cut.
Brown doing a lot of faking. You ever see that? There's a right hand landed by Brown.
Well, he landed a good left hook first, Bruce, then the right hand. But when he threw the right hand, he was off balance, so he couldn't get any leverage on the punch. See that Glenwood Brown pulls that left hand back. Look at those elbows. His left elbow is way behind him.
A left hook that landed squarely. There's a right hand. We haven't seen many of those.
And Sclarandi took a chance and threw a right hand that time. At the same time that Brown did. That's a surprise.
Many of Brown's left hooks have landed as Sclarandi's been moving. Doesn't that lessen the blow?
That's exactly what Sclarandi's moving away from just about every punch that Brown lands. And one of the reasons is because he's not throwing any punches himself. So you can't catch him in the middle of throwing anything. Look how clever that Sclarandi is. At least he can move, Bruce. Side to side. Can't trap him. Brown, at least can't trap him in the corner, can't trap him on the ropes.
Inside a minute in the fight. Brown will have plenty to watch after this fight. And I know Victor Valley is not going to be pleased.
Well, you know, Victor might say, hey, what do you want from the kid? He won 10 out of 10 rounds.
And no round even close. But don't you have to judge a fight by the execution of the fighter?
Well, yes, you certainly do, Bruce, but, you know, sometimes the guy, they get a little too fond of the fighter, and they look at all the good things, but they don't look at the bad things.
Final seconds of the fight. Well, it will be a win for Glenwood Brown.
You know something, my good friends? You don't know, but it gets
And still ahead, Alex the Destroyer Stewart.
Let's hear it one more
And
time.
Jamie Featherman Howe. In our co-main event. Well, it'll be interesting what Brown thinks after this fight. If he had been frustrated by his opponent, if he thinks the quality of his performance is not as good as it should be, or if he thinks what you said earlier, that maybe what else do you expect from me? I won 10 rounds. I'm now 1-0. But Gil, the point is you can learn from a win as well as from a loss.
Absolutely. And, you know, Brown, they have to get him back in the gym, and they have to tell him that he doesn't have the punching power that everybody he hits is going to go in one. You have to set the guy up.
It's like a guy who has a fastball and doesn't throw the breaking pitch.
That's right. You have to once in a while throw a change of pace.
Jim Fidel, who is taking over now as manager. He was partners with Mike Jones for several years. Now the responsibilities have fallen firmly on his shoulders. Here's a good look at Jim. Excellent man.
Yes, he is. He's a good, solid guy, Jim.
And we wish him well. Ed Darian has the tabulated totals. Let's go up to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, The scoring by points as follows. Judge Billy Costello watched the fight at 99-84. Judge Georgie Colon, he watched it at 188. And Judge Barbara Perez, she scored 98-91. For the winner, by unanimous decision, Glenwood, the Real Beast Brown.
And as expected, it wasn't even close in the score. So the Real Beast, Glenwood Brown, is now 30-1. And what is ahead? We're not quite sure. We'll take a short break at Kutcher's Country Club. Fight night continues with Alex the Destroyer Stewart, so stay with us.